What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast. Today we're going to be talking about Week 3 NFL 2021 Sunday games. We're going to start off with the Colts and Titans. I want to tell you guys this, though. When the season first started, I didn't feel like the Titans were ready to go. They've been playing a lot better. The Colts have been a huge disappointment. I really did think they would be able to do a little bit better than be 0-3 to start the season, but that's why we watch, and that's really why the NFL is so, like, everybody's always trying to watch a game, and it doesn't really matter. You just get drawn to it because I thought the Colts had a really, really good offensive line for the most part, but it doesn't look like they're living up to any of the standards that we thought that they had. But Derrick Henry, with 353 rush yards this season, is tied for the most through 3 weeks in the team history. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, and as long as he gets going, I don't think the Titans are going to have much issue. Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, they'll do what they have to do. You know, Tannehill, Tanheezy, he'll do what he has to do. But right now, I think they're starting to come together and figure out what's going on after a bad start to the season. But I'm very, very disappointed in the Colts. Although, like I said, I didn't feel like they would be doing anything. I didn't think they would be 0-3. The Falcons and the Giants, I got to be totally honest, all the New York teams are pretty much trash. The Jets, we'll get to them in a second. They're disgusting. At least the Giants, they try to fight, but they're fighting, and we know they're going to lose. Because when you lose to Matty Ice, dude, like, you got to understand, there's a lot of things going on there. Matt Ryan is garbage. Like, I don't care. Even the year he was the MVP, he was trash. He just throws up blind Stevies and somebody's going to catch it. And I'm telling you right now, Kyle Pitts is going to be the new Julio Jones, where he's just the recipient of the ball just being thrown up randomly in the air. He's just not a good quarterback. I don't really care, dude. I've debated this so many times, and we all come to the same conclusion. Matt Ryan is the best, worst quarterback that I've ever seen in my life. The Giants, as far as like Danny Dimes and everybody, what they're doing, I don't know what they're doing. This game should have been easily won by the Giants. I believe that they had control of the game throughout. I'm not sure what they're doing and why they're doing it, but they're just being the Giants, and that's ultimately what's happening. So now they're 0-3 in the NFC least, and that's a trash division, so we'll see how that works out. The Chargers and the Chiefs, this was a surprise to me. Hopefully Andy Reid recovers well. He did leave in an ambulance after the game. I thought it was because of the way they played, but apparently he's having other issues. It is what it is, bro. The Chargers came out, and Justin Herbert, I've never really seen him smile like that, but at the end of the game, he did like a smirk where he's like, yo, bro, I'm here. And I've been telling you guys about Justin Herbert from the first year. That young man is going to be really, really good. It's not like this was a fluke. Some people are going to look at this like, yo, the Chiefs should have definitely won. You know, Patrick Mahomes had the ball, fourth quarter, end of the game. He threw a pick. He takes chances. And sometimes the ball doesn't land where it's supposed to. Not to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes, but, you can't play a game like that where you're just throwing it up in the air when you're playing a defense like this and a team that's ready to go. And in honesty, they didn't even manage the game well. They scored a touchdown when they didn't even need to. Like, it was weird, the stuff they were doing, but it is what it is. I was not surprised about that. The Bengals and the Steelers. Big Ben might need to retire. To just be totally honest with you, Steeler fans, I'm not really I'm not really excited to watch him play anymore. He looks really, really bad with a lot of the throws that he made, the way he's moving around. He's just not that guy. I do believe this will be his last year. He has to go sit down and just, go retire, go do some fishing, hunting, do something else during the season. He's not a good football player anymore. But anyway, either Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, that's the connection that I'm talking about. Like right now, Jamar Chase in the preseason could not catch the cold. Could not catch a cold butt naked in the winter. He just could not catch the ball. Now he's just catching touchdowns every game. Like, the dude's holding rookie records that are similar to Randy Moss. Like, bro, look, when you start bringing Randy Moss into a conversation with any other wide receiver, that's really, really good as far as rookie times. Because, Randy Moss broke the game when he came in. So, other than that, the Steelers look like terrible trash. The Bengals, I can't believe it. They're 2-1 in the division. That's kind of wild. The Bears and the Browns. Now, this was very, very interesting because Myles Garrett looked like he was just on Compound V. For those of you guys that don't know about that series, The Boys on Amazon, bro, Compound V, it's a really, really wild thing that makes superheroes. Myles Garrett could not be contained. And it got really, really bad. At one point, I'm just like, yo, dude, what? Like, is anybody going to block him? But it doesn't really matter. They had one net pass yard. The Chicago Bears had one net pass yard, bro. Like, just think that through and try to understand what I'm telling you. A professional football team had one net pass yard. It's disgusting. The Bears are down bad, but Khalil Mack, he got a couple sacks. The Bears' defense was looking pretty decent, but offensively, they could not do anything. The Browns, they have to win this game. They went out there, it was a home game, but they won it, whatever. It is what it is. It wasn't like it was something I was very, very excited about. You're playing against a rookie quarterback. You should be able to do that, as far as the Browns go. Justin Fields had a real rough day. He will get better, I know that, but for now, it's always like when you're watching him through the progression, it's always a bad situation. The Ravens and the Lions. Okay, dude. A 66-yard field goal that hits off the top. Bro, if you guys follow me on social media, at GmiasWorld, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, when he made this field goal, I couldn't believe it, bro. Like, you know how lucky you got to be for the ball to bounce, hit the upright, and then fall in? That's so crazy. And the way the game was setting up, it's such a heartbreaking loss for the Lions, but they're such a horrific franchise that you don't even really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they lost, it's like, oh my God, that's so bad. And you're like, it's the Lions. All right, cool, we good. Like, you don't even feel sorry for them because they're so used to losing. But the Ravens should have easily won this game. They made it a lot more difficult than they had to. And to be totally honest, the Lions played pretty tough. And they sacked Lamar Jackson a lot in this game. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with them, but I do believe that defensively they're looking a lot better, which is a huge thing to actually say about the Lions. But the Ravens came away with the win, and Justin Tucker came away with history, bro. That dude's a Hall of Famer. The Saints and the Patriots. You know, let me just tell you right now, Mac Jones is going to have to learn just like every other rookie. It's not going to just be a walk in the park. You can't just get up and be like, yo, you know what? I'm going to go out here and win these games because Bill Belichick is there. Also, remember, Bill Belichick and the way that he used to scheme for Tom Brady when he used to cheat and record stuff, everybody's watching everything now, so you got to be very, very careful. Is he still a good coach? I would say he is, but we're starting to see that Tom Brady was everything. Tom Brady pretty much was everything for that franchise, and they're going to be playing each other next week. I think it's Sunday night. It's going to be an unbelievable game. I can't wait to watch that game, but that's what I'm seeing right now. That Tom Brady, like, you know, before you wanted to say Bill Belichick defensively, because obviously when he was a defensive coordinator with the Giants and stuff like that, he was really good. I don't know what's going on right now because Jameis Winston was just throwing the ball up randomly in the air and it was dots. Like, I don't know. And, you know, dude, what, Taysom Hill coming in, running for 6, like, whatever it is, bro, I don't know what's going on, but I'll tell you this much. Mac Jones has a lot of work to do to get it done, but it's not all on him. His receivers were kind of garbage, but he did make some throws that he shouldn't have made. The Cardinals and the Jags. Now, the Cardinals had to fight to get this game back under control. The Jaguars started off very, very well. What happened with this game, they did that stupid play where it was like a fake screen and he was throwing a laser, Trevor Lawrence, and he just threw a pick 6. That ended the game in the second half. It was real disgusting because up until that point, they played pretty well and it looked like they were going to upset the Cardinals. But, you know, when you're trash, you're just going to be trash. And that's pretty much it. Plus, the dude had like a 109-yard return. It was a real exciting game for the Jaguars. I would love to see them actually win that game at home, just for the fans. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out that way because Kyler Murray's not playing games with you dudes, bro. That's the problem right there. Dudes are not playing around. Like, they're out here to win. And I don't know what the Jags are out here to do. If we're being totally honest about it, the Jaguars are a terrible football team, but they're not as bad as the Jets. We'll get to them in a second. The Washington football team got absolutely dominated by the Bills. Josh Allen was so good. Listen, I don't know what was going on. I thought the Washington football team had a really good defense. You know, Montez Sweat, Chase Young, all these dudes. Dude, what was going on? And then their secondary is just high-class trash. I don't know what Dude, Josh Allen is the first player in Buffalo history with 4 pass touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a rush TD in the game. You know how hard you have to work to make somebody look that good? Like, just think about that. You got to go out of your way as a defense to make sure that a guy gets those type of accolades. Just understand, if you're the defensive coordinator, like, you should be fired. But not only that, after you're fired, they should come and find where you're at and fire you again, dude. Like, I don't know what. Listen, man, you can't let somebody go there. You know, well, obviously they're playing at home. The Bills were home, but you can't go to somebody's dome and play like that as a professional football team. Like, you can't do that. It is absolutely insanely disgusting. I was appalled, but I loved watching Josh Allen do whatever he wanted. It was actually pretty good to see. The Jets and the Broncos. The Jets are a horrific franchise, and I'm starting to think that they should pay us to watch them. Like, we should actually get like something via PayPal or something whenever they're playing if we have to watch the game. If they're the only game available, they should like send $1 to everybody's PayPal. They are horrific. They suck. To go out there and lose 26-0, like, you don't even score, dude. Like, you go out there and as a man, you can't even do anything? Like, bro, what were you doing out there, though? That's the thing that everybody have to understand. Like, what were they doing that whole time? You got 60 minutes to put up 0 points. So all of us that are listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube, we scored the same amount as the Jets, and we were home. Like, what the... Dude, are you serious? And the Broncos, like, it's not even like they're that... I don't know what the Broncos are. They're 3-0, but I don't know what they are. That's what's so weird about it. I don't know what that team is. Like, they got a great defense, but offensively, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But the Jets, they're abysmal. They suck. The Dolphins and the Raiders, though, this was a really good game. I was at the edge of my seat throughout. Obviously, it went to overtime. I think for the most part, what was that Brissett or Brisket or bro, whatever I called that guy, Jacoby Brissett. Listen, he played pretty good. Tua probably would have been able to win this game, in my opinion, if he's not hurt. But the Raiders showed a lot of fight and they showed a lot of heart. They were able to win this game, and I really enjoyed it. And they're 3-0. And usually, if you look at the percentages, the teams that start off 3-0 usually make the playoffs. This would be huge for the Raiders. It would be absolutely huge for the Raiders. The Dolphins, I don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. And, Tua is injury prone. We all knew that. That's why we were really concerned about, him coming into the season. I don't know how he's going to make it as an NFL quarterback. He can't stay healthy. He couldn't stay healthy when he's with Bama either. I don't know what the hell Tua doing, but it don't really matter. The Raiders are looking like they're solid. Another good day for Darren Waller. We got to see how that works out. The Seahawks and the Vikings. The Seahawks are an embarrassment to themselves and their families. Why the hell were they getting dominated like this by the Vikings? I have no idea how they did it. And a fun fact, Russell Wilson, first career loss versus Minnesota. He was 7-0, including the playoffs. And the Vikings are not really playing as well as they should. Now, I do have to give credit to Kirk Cousins. He was dealing yesterday. And when he starts dealing like that, remember when he was with the Washington football team? And he would just have those games where he would just be dealing? You can't do nothing to him when he's dealing like that. But again, I thought the Seahawks started the game off like, they went down the field, they did whatever they wanted. I thought it would be that type of game. It didn't turn out to be that way. Very, very disappointed in the way that they worked it out. But at the end of the day, we have to see how it works out for them overall. I do believe the Seahawks will make the playoffs. I just don't like the way they're starting off currently. But we have to wait to see how everything works out in that regard. And, obviously we'll keep tabs on it. The Buccaneers and the Rams, this was the game of the actual day. Like, this was something that I wanted to see, and it went exactly as many of us thought it would go. I mean, the Buccaneers defense is not the same defense as it was before, and the Rams getting Matthew Stafford is a game changer because he can put the ball wherever he wants. So now it's a whole different team because defensively, you're going to get stops, and offensively, you got a QB that can make any throw. Cooper Kupp has been playing out of his mind. Deshaun Jackson, I didn't know he could still run like that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know he could still run like that. Tom Brady did the best that he could. Gronk went out for a little bit in that game. He was a little bit injured. I don't know if it was ribs or whatever, but they got outplayed. First time in a while I've seen Tom Brady on the bench just looking like he was just really, really sad. It's been a while since then, but that doesn't mean anything about the Buccaneers not going on and, making the playoffs and trying to possibly win another Super Bowl. It's just the fact that their defense is not the same, and the Rams are just a different team, bro. The Rams are actually really, really good, and people are not understanding how good they are, but it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of you guys. Finally, the Packers and the Niners. This game was exciting all the way throughout. The Niners made a great run towards the end, but I will tell you this. Jimmy Garoppolo made a lot of mistakes in this game that, you're going to have to deal with him as your quarterback. At the end of the day, they had enough time. They wasted as much time as possible on the final drive that they had, kicked the field goal. No, actually they scored. They scored a touchdown, went up by 1, gave Aaron Rodgers 37 seconds in a dream. And once I saw Aaron Rodgers get that, the last pass and he did the fist bump, I knew the game was over. 37 seconds apparently is more than enough time for an NFL team to go down and score on you. But again, it was an unbelievable victory for the Packers. It meant more to the Packers. Although the Niners are at home, this was a huge win for Green Bay. And, Crosby with the game-winning 51-yard field goal at time expired. It is what it is, man. And that's a rundown of the Sunday games for Week 3. Hopefully I get to see you guys back soon. You enjoy your day. Stay well. Until next time, one love, y'all.